know how other people feel before going to university. For me, I was pretty excited going to university. But the question is, did university actually sustain that excitement, or did it dwindle it? In today's video, I'm going to be taking you through my first semester in university, the growth, how God helped me, the friends I made, the ups, the downs. Basically, I'm going to be taking you through every single thing. Maybe I'll try that happened throughout my first semester. Let's start from before going to school. So before going to school, if you go to university, there are a lot of preparations, but probably there will not be as much as what you did before you went to senior high school, because some of the things would have already been bought, like let's say the blanket. But it's quite hectic preparing before school. One thing that you have to actually do before university is that, because in secondary school there was a fixed code, you don't really have to think about dresses. Well, you have to think about dresses, but then you don't have to send a lot of dresses. But for university, you actually have to think about the dresses that you are going to wear over there. That's one way university packing is different from senior high school packing. And tell me why the feeling of independence is coming to me even before university, because there was one time we were going to buy things and I actually had to go myself. So I actually did quite a lot of the packing, and then there was one that my mom did with me, but then it was at that point when I did it myself and I realized that the independence was really coming. It really struck me that the independence was actually here. Yes, I was able to get the things that I needed. I packed and stuff, and my mom went with me. I'll actually be putting in pictures because I actually took quite a lot of pictures and made quite a number of memories when I went to university. So yeah, I'll be putting them in. I went to school with my mom and my sister, and I was actually also relatively late because I think I was the third person in my room and we are four. And it's so weird because in senior high school too, that one was a problem. I don't know if you watched that video, but then it was a problem that could not be handled by us, or could not really have been solved by us. And so I actually reached school my first day pretty late too. We weren't even necessarily late. It was relatively late because all of them reached before us, because this time we actually reached around 12 getting to 1. Yeah, we reached there around that time. So when it's so late, but then relatively, yes, but it wasn't as bad as my first day in secondary school or senior high school. I don't know why I keep on saying secondary school. But yeah, if you are watching this video and you're probably also a first year student now, feeling the independence, but not adulting, because there were actually some points in the semester I'm like, oh,
this adulting is too much. The adulting life is just
because you have to think about everything. You have to think about what you eat, and you have to go to the market yourself. Just know that you have a sister here, we're in this together, okay? Aww. It will be well, and we'll grow and we'll conquer, and enough. Anyways, continuing, there was orientation. I'm sure everyone watching me is familiar with the term orientation. We had hall orientation and school orientation, and it was in levels, so faculty and college, and a lot of orientations. They were informative, right? Yeah, they were. It was fun. I actually went through my photos to remember the things that happened throughout the semester, because they were quite a lot. So I was able to summarize or get some highlights of what happened when I went to school for 4 months. It was 4 months. I went there on the 3rd of January and vacated when the 23rd April or something. Yeah, so January, February, March, April, yeah. It was like 4 good months. Yeah. That's a lot of time. So let's continue. I got to meet different people, and it was a training process for me because I have always been on this journey of trying to come out of my shell and being very social because the people around me, for example, let me give my best friend as an example, like it's crazy. Like she can actually just walk up to someone and talk to the person and just strike a relationship with the person, and it's so interesting. It's such a, I feel like it's a skill or it's like a talent that God has given her, and it's so beautiful, right? I didn't want to be a person or someone that comes out and I'm like, I don't know anyone, because I actually love people, even though sometimes it's difficult to talk to people, but then I love people and I love talking to them. And also when we went for the orientation and the other seminars that I actually went to, they kept on jamming this thing, connections, connections, connections. You don't know who will help you in future, but it's not even because of that. Like, it's not cool having friends around, like having people to talk to, people, because yeah, people to actually call and talk to. So yeah, it was interesting for me to do that. So I actually allowed myself to be able to make connections that I would not necessarily have made, and honestly they have helped me because there were some people that honestly, if I didn't psych my mind to actually talk to them, I would have never talked to them throughout my semester. And there are lots of people I actually don't know. And there are actually a lot of people who are way more social than I am. It's a learning process. It's a learning process. So yeah, as we go on throughout the year, because yeah, as we go on throughout school, I'm going to get to know way more people and the right people by God's grace. What else happened in the month of June? What else happened? We started classes and there was new. It was new. It was a new thing to me. I mean, I'm a human being, and so like it takes time for me to adapt to some things. And there were sometimes I was feeling honest truth, sister to sister, sister to brother. Yes, there were sometimes I felt pretty overwhelmed. Let's say when it came to deadlines and stuff. And that's one lesson that I learned that I want to share with you. One thing I'm learning is that we shouldn't say that, yeah, I can't do this or that's how I am. And we should not be bent on complaining because they really will not do anything for us. It wasn't easy at first getting deadlines. Like it was a struggle. But by God's grace, towards the end of the semester, and I would really not remove this important aspect. The friends that I'll talk about them later, but the friends or the community that God put around me were a really great resource, or they were really helpful to me in terms of what I was supposed to do. So like there were hardly times that I would not meet a deadline. They were the ones who would remind, hey, have you done this? Have you done this? Have you done that? Have you done it? By the end of the day, we realized that we have actually done whatever we were supposed to do. Yeah, so it is a learning process. It's a process that we have to go through, making sure that we get better each and every single day. So yeah, we are in this together. Okay, I actually went to two different regions during my, because I schooled in Ashanti region, Kumasi, KUSD, and I went to two different regions, one for a field trip and one for speech day. So I went to my former school. If you've been here with me on the channel, you know my former school, my alma mater sounds better. But yeah, I went there for speech day and it was so amazing. Like I actually do not regret going there. I met people, honestly it was really the people I wanted to meet, and apart from the main reason why you go there. But the people I met, it just brings you some joy. I met my singing group, my fellowship group, and it was so interesting, it was so fun, it was very touching to me, and I left there feeling very somewhat proud of what we seniors kind of did with regards to like the club or the society or the group that I was in. I was happy about that. Now I think we should talk about the people that I met. I met different people, some from my class, some outside my class. The ones outside my class, most of them I met them at programs like summits and seminars and other places. But yeah, I met cool people in my class, and I thank the Lord for putting some of us together. So I was able to form a study group, which I would highly recommend if maybe you're like me, like right now, as we are in first year, or maybe you're now coming to the university. I think that it is a very beautiful thing. The people around me, like the closest people I have in my class at the moment, it's not just studying, but in terms of relationship with God, in terms of friendship, I think they're amazing. Yeah, and they make learning a lot more easier, better. Also, let me talk about, right now I'm going to talk about programs I went to, things, weird things. They're not weird, but food I made, right? Yeah. So programs I went for different seminars. One was a book tour, another was a summit. I went for SCC. Now SCC is actually really good. It's like, just in case you do not know, SCC is all the denominations, and they choose one Sunday, come together and worship the Lord together at one place. Basically, that's one of the Christian programs I went to, apart from like other church meetings. Because I'm doing an engineering course, biomedical engineering, and we do some stuff. You know, that's the time that you really have to realize that not by your strength, not by your power, not by your power, by your spirit, Lord. Send your spirit, Lord. You know, like, let me talk for myself, because I really can't be talking for everyone here, because why should I? Other people probably knew about how to do those things, but then the main thing is that in the end we were victorious, because we are children of the Lord. You know, we were victorious. We were able to do what we were supposed to do. So yeah, I had not handled certain things before, and I had not opened a system unit before. I had not assembled a motherboard before, and I had, like, maybe if I continue saying the things, I'm not finish this video for any time soon. But you know, yeah, I had not done a lot of those things before, you guys. But through me knowing that I can do all things, you know, through Christ who strengthens me, and not being like,
I can't understand.
it's actually putting myself into those things, the things, how am I calling them things? What should I call them? Practical. I'm sure you get what I'm saying. I'm sure you get what I'm saying. But yeah, I'll insert a picture for you to like get what I am saying. Yes, I had not soldered before, but now I am an owner, a proud owner of a soldering kit and a desoldering pump, and I have screws, you guys. I have screws. And I made an Ethernet cable too. Yeah, it's another thing that I learned how to do I wanted to explain what an Ethernet cable is, but then I tried explaining it to somebody one time, and the person was like, why would I think the person doesn't know what an Ethernet cable is? So it's okay. I'm sure I'll just assume that everyone knows what an Ethernet cable is, Yeah. And I made food. Like, it's me being alone and independent now. Obviously, man needs bread, man needs food to eat, and so even though I consider myself as a good cook already, I do my best. I do what I can. I don't want to say I do what I can do, because I'm striving to be better. But yeah, I made some dishes. Obviously, I'm working on some other ones, especially now that I am here. Yes, you guys, I want to start a different series, like something like a series, but it's like me trying out food or dishes, or not like dishes. I don't think it will be whole meals, but then like dishes that I have not done before. And one idea that just came to my mind is, and yeah, I made some dishes. I actually put in some pictures for you yourself to just see and judge what your girl did, Also, I grew spiritually, and I feel like God just sent people my way. Sometimes I just know that there's some knowledge that you need, and it just comes as a result of God actually positioning certain people around you to come and explain to you things. And as much as I do my devotion, there's an essence, or there's an importance of having people on top of you actually explaining things to you and giving you whole new perspectives. And I thank the Lord for that. I met some people I met people I already knew. How do I say that? Like, I met people from my alma mater and some other people. Even though there are some people I just walk by, I'm like, I know you, but then I never remember where I know them from. Yeah, but I met people. One of them that I met, she's called Melissa. Yeah, she was my president in West Girls High School. Yeah, I met in one of the most sweetest people ever. I met my brother. My brothers came to Kumasi. I saw him doing some, like the latter parts during my exam period there at Seven. It was fun. Also, my uncles came to visit me, and I think that was so sweet. Like, and my auntie too. Like, it was so amazing. Like, I felt so loved, and I felt very happy about that. Anytime they came, I was actually so happy. I also put in some pictures regarding that too. It was so nice and touching. One time they actually came to my college because they had come to take, and like they wanted to see me. It was touching. And let me tell you one of the things that I've talked about good things. Let me talk about some bad things right now. I didn't like, I don't know if you are in, I don't want to mention my hall, but I feel like if you're in Ghana and maybe you listen to news or something, you'll be able to understand what I'm saying. If you don't know what I'm saying, you just ask somebody who comes to my school. But there's this thing that you do on friend learning, or some things I learned during my 4-month stay in university. I'm learning how to actually stay with people and relate with people on a much better and practical level. I know it's just a learning process, and all of us are striving to be better here. I'm just learning social skills because every single day you come into contact with people. You're maturing. One other thing I've learned is that people around you might be doing certain things, certain great things, but you would not know because you have not conversed with them, or you've not talked to them, or you've not asked them questions. Yeah, one thing I'm learning is to ask questions. It really helps me in the class. It doesn't just give you a deeper understanding of something, it actually boosts confidence too. So if I realize that I really want, also saves time as well. So if I realize that I really want to understand something and I really have to understand it, I ask questions and because when you do it, what will happen? And it's a very true something. Even if you fumble, which I have before, even if you fumble, after some time, I think it will actually leave and everything will be better. Like, so in a nutshell, my first semester was just a draft. I remember someone told me that he wishes, I don't remember if it was a boy or a girl, that he wishes that like they will just make people come to for first semester and it will just be like preparation, and then it will not count, like it will not count. It's just like you came to school, you come to just prepare, and then your actual first semester will just start. But it's not like that. It's not like that. But yeah, first semester was just a draft. It was just a preparation. So now I am going to change some things going forward, now that I've seen, or now that I know. That's one book that I read. If only I knew them. So one thing I'm actually going to change going forward is my money spending habits. I'm going to use a money manager app to actually help me to track every single thing. I will actually make a schedule. I did that, but then it's now I've seen how the university life is actually like. So I'm going to really plan my time, because I really think that there's a lot I can do during one semester if I feel like I've said actually so many times. I'm so sorry. It's a learning process. But if I actually plan every single time of my life and make sure that every day or every time is accounted for, so I think that I should be able to conquer the world. Yeah, if you enjoyed this video and if you've reached here, thank you very, very much for reaching here. I'm very grateful. Kindly drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Thank you very much for stopping by. Have a great day, great rest of the week. Bye. See you in the next one.